very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News. I am Ishara Nautun. Let's get started with your top stories for the day. Ten died in an accident in Mahyanganea. An agreement signed with the World Bank to uplift the livelihood of farmers. Britain extends its cooperation to generate power using waste. 6 suspects arrested in Dubai with Makandare Madush deported to Sri Lanka. Elephants anointed with oil at the auspicious time. Widodo leads presidential race in Indonesia. And now for your news in detail. First at home, 10 have died and another 10 persons severely injured in an accident occurred in Mahyanganea. Police spokesman Ruan Gunasekara stated that the accident had occurred early this morning when a bus had collided with a van in front of the Mahyanganea National School. In the meantime, 2 persons have died and 1 seriously injured in an accident occurred on the Dambulla Kandalama main road. The accident had happened when a 3-wheeler collided head-on with a van. The driver of the van have been arrested by the police. Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira is representing Sri Lanka at the UN Economic and Social Council Forum on Financing for Development convened by the President of ECOSOC, Inga Rhonda King, at the latter's invitation. Participating in the Ministerial Financial Dialogue panel discussion on promoting inclusive growth, reducing inequalities on 15th April, the Minister explained about measures taken in Sri Lanka towards inclusive growth in Sri Lanka, including details of the Enterprise Sri Lanka Concessionary Loan Scheme, which was launched in mid-2018 with the objective of creating 100,000 young entrepreneurs, especially in the villages. Addressing the general debate of the forum, Minister Samaravira explained some of the measures taken by Sri Lanka, including in the 2019 budget, to address identified challenges in sustainable and equitable development. Stating that financial commitments are increasingly challenging for countries like Sri Lanka that are subject to significant fiscal constraints, the minister emphasized the need for international cooperation, including for supporting measures to prevent and mitigate the debilitating impacts of climate change in vulnerable economies. The minister urged for greater public-private partnerships and multi-stakeholder initiatives globally to ensure the successful achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals so that no one is left behind. Meanwhile, State Minister of Finance Eran Wickramaratne held wide-ranging talks in the US during a just-concluded visit, the Foreign Ministry said today. During his visit, Minister Wickramaratne and delegation held discussions with a number of high-ranking IMF and World Bank officials on fiscal and financial sector reforms, project financing and sustainable economic growth and stability. The delegation also signed project agreements with the World Bank for public-private partnership framework development and climate-smart irrigated agriculture. 6 suspects who were arrested in Dubai with Makandare Madush have been deported to Sri Lanka. They have been taken into custody of the Criminal Investigation Department and State Intelligence Service upon their arrival at the Bandaranaike International Airport. The arrestees were Mohammad Rizan Mohammad Badiuddin, Mahavattage Gayan Budima Pereira, Mohammad Hibri Mohammad Jabir, Suresh Vasanta Ranasinghe, Rupadasa Simon Hemage and Nilan Romesh Ranasinghe. It is reported that Nilan Romesh Ranasinghe was one of Makandare Madush's relatives. The National Oil Anointing Ceremony was held at the Bomuwala Sri Subodhi Rajarama Temple in Kaluthura. The ceremony was organized by the Health, Nutrition and Indigenous Medicine Ministry together with Ayurvedic Department. Anointing of oil began today at the auspicious time at 7:40 a.m. dressed in green and facing east, placing kohomba leaves on head and kolan leaves on feet. Accordingly, the National Oil Anointing Ceremony was held, giving pride of place for the Sinhala New Year rituals. Minister Rajitha Senaratne, the Chief Sanganayaka of Kaluthura, Dolapata in Ratnapura, the Venerable Halvature Asaji Thera, and Provincial Minister Sumit Lal Mendes also joined in this occasion. Anointing of oil on elephants and tuskers also took place today. In the meantime, the live telecast of oil anointing ceremony of the independent television network took place at the Sri Subodharama Vihara in Vikramasinghe. The Harita Udarata Bakmaha Ulila Festival, organised by the Ministry of Public Enterprise and Kandy City Development, was held at Gatambi Grounds in Kandy throughout the day today. In parallel to this event, the oil anointing ceremony of Kandy was held at the Rajamaha Vihara in Gannorua under the patronage of Minister Lakshman Kiriyalla. The Met Department forecast showers or thunder showers with severe lightning will occur in most parts of the island today. Heavy falls about 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in Sabaragamuwa, central, southern, Uva, western and northwestern provinces and in Anuradhapura district. Fairly heavy falls about 50 millimeters can be expected at some places in eastern province and Polonnaruwa and Mena districts. The department requests the general public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning activity and localized strong winds during thunder showers. Showers or thunder showers will occur in the sea areas off the coast extending from Mena to Batiklo via Puttalam, Gaul and Hambantota. Showers or thunder showers will occur at few places in other sea areas around the island. Winds will be westerly to southwesterly in the sea areas extending from Kankasanture to Mathura via Colombo, and winds will be westerly to southwesterly in the sea areas extending from Kankasanture to Mathura via Colombo, and winds will be southeasterly or variable in the direction in the other sea areas around the island. Wind speed will be 15 to 25 kilometers per hour in the sea areas around the island. Temporarily strong gusty winds and rough seas can be expected during thunder showers. And additional transport services are operative for the people who are left for New Year vacation to their hometowns. Our provincial correspondents say many bus services are operative island-wide for the convenience of passengers. Many motor vehicles entered the Southern Expressway from Nilvala interchange in Godagama. Even though 3,500 motor vehicles were entered to the Nilvala interchange in Godagama, our correspondents were able to witness 9,500 motor vehicles in this area yesterday. It is reported that an income of 25 million rupees have been earned by the Southern Expressway yesterday. Meanwhile, 7.5 million rupee income had been reported from the Hatton Sri Lanka Transport Board during the festive season. The depot manager of Hatton, Anredo Dantanna, states that 81 buses were operated from Hatton today. In parallel to this service, several private buses were also added to the fleet. A special train services are also operative for the commuters who are travelling from central parts of the island. Commuters were able to reach their destinations without any hindrances due to the additional transport services provided. Canada and Iran say they are ready to support Sri Lanka for the development activities in the northern province. A meeting took place in Colombo this morning among the Canadian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, David McKinnon, Iranian Ambassador in Sri Lanka, Mohammad Zahir Amirani, and Northern Province Governor Suren Raghavan. They expressed their views at this meeting and said they are happy to extend their fullest cooperation for the development work that is taking place in the northern province in Sri Lanka. Iranian Ambassador in Sri Lanka has given priority in supporting the ongoing drinking water projects in the north. Jalabhimani program, which was mooted with the aim of providing pure drinking water, is carried out its activities successfully. Many low-income families are benefited under this project. Pure drinking water has become a major issue in many areas in the island. The Jalabhimani program launched with the aim of providing pure drinking water for the affected areas. The Mahawe Water Purifying Centre is launched as a part of this program. People in the area expressed their gratitude over the facilities provided to them. A water purifying centre in Mahayangana was launched at a cost of over 2 billion rupees. Over 50,000 families are benefited under this project. 22 electorates of Riddhi Malia, the Divisional Secretariat in Mahayangana, will be provided with purifying water. 26 women who had gone for employment in domestic service to Kuwait and subject to various types of harassments returned to the island. The group had been at the Protection Detection Centre, which exists under the Kuwait-Sri Lanka Ambassador's Office. These women returned to the island on Sri Lanka Airlines aircraft UL-30 this morning. It is reported that 26 of these women had served in Kuwait for a period of less than a year. 5 of them had been sick, and the Foreign Employment Bureau had taken steps to send them back to their homes. In more local news, 3 persons have been arrested in Kollupitia this morning in possession of drugs. The police reported that an attorney at law is also among the arrestees.
He was arrested with 4 grams and 110 milligrams of crystal methamphetamine, commonly known as ice. The suspects are due to be produced in Fort Magistrates Court. 2 suspects with a pistol have been arrested by the Western Province North Crimes Division in Paliagoda. The suspects have been taken into custody in connection with the shooting of an individual at a club in Sidwa on 19 December last year. 3 persons who were capsizing in Pigeon Island in Upueli have been rescued by the Upueli police. They were admitted to the Trincomalee Hospital for further treatment. The Upueli police say they have been discharged after treatment.
And now it's time for your daily dose of Biz News.
The British government has expressed willingness to introduce to Sri Lanka a method to generate power using waste. British High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, James Doris, made this reference when he met Minister Ravi Karanayake in Colombo this morning. The minister points out that this could become a solution for the crisis that could occur in the future and an important turning point in the program being implemented to supply power to the daily increase in demand. Expressing views on this occasion, Minister Ravi Karanayake said that he is expecting the fullest cooperation of the British government in this project.
That's it for today. You can visit itnnews.lk for more information. I'm Ishara Nautuna. Good night.